Hi everyone, Dr. Mike here. In this video, we're taking a look at an introduction to the cardiovascular system, specifically, how does the heart pump blood? So let's take a look. All right, to begin, you can see I've drawn up a simple heart here and a more complex heart here. We're having a look at blood circulation through the heart. Let's begin with the fundamentals on this side and then work to the more complex stuff on this side. So, first thing that we need to understand is when we're talking about the heart, we're talking about it from the anatomical position of the patient, meaning that this is the right-hand side and this is the left-hand side. Because I'm the patient, there's my right, there's my left. The other thing you need to understand is that the heart has 4 chambers. There's 2 at the top, 2 down the bottom, but they are separated from left to right by a septum which should not be breached, meaning there shouldn't be any holes or gaps allowing blood to go from this side to that side. That's different when you are in utero as a baby, but as an adult, shouldn't be any holes. If there are holes, these are called murmurs. That's a future video. So no way for blood to go left and right, but blood should go from top to bottom. So here are our 4 chambers. So to understand these chambers, let's label them. So the 2 chambers up the top, we call them atria. That's the plural, atria, or atrium as in singular, okay? Atria or an individual atrium. Right atrium, left atrium. Down the bottom we have ventricles, or an individual ventricle. So atria, ventricles. Now, importantly, what we need to understand is that blood will always enter the heart into the atria. Always enters the heart into the atria. There we go. Now, from the atria, it will always move from the atria to the ventricles. Now, you can see I've drawn this at the same time. This happens at the same time. A lot of textbooks and videos will show it going in a certain, pattern. It starts here, finishes here. Blood enters both at the same time and moves through both at the same time into the ventricles and gets ejected at the same time. You must remember that. People don't highlight that enough. Once in the atria, the blood needs to move down into the ventricles. So blood will always move from atria to ventricles, and it does this through what we call valves. So here that's going to be solid tissue, but there's valves. Now the thing about valves is that all valves are one way. It only lets the blood move in this direction. When those valves close, it stops the blood from going back. That's called regurgitation, and that can happen in certain diseases. So the valve on the right-hand side so you've got a valve, and it might have 2 cusps, 1, 2, or it might even have 3 cusps. So it could be 1, 2, and then a third one down the bottom here. On the right-hand side, it's got 3 cusps. So this is called the tricuspid valve. The one on the left-hand side only has 2 cusps, and that's called the bicuspid valve. Sometimes it's referred to as the mitral valve. And you might think, why? So the mitrum is the hat that cardinals or the Pope wears, that real tall hat. It's got some spikes at the top. Google mitral hat or mitrum, and it looks like the mitral valve. So blood will go from the atria into the ventricles, and blood will always exit the ventricles. So there's the order of blood flow, right? Atria, valves, ventricles. Now together these valves are sometimes termed the atrioventricular valves, okay? And sometimes they'll call this one the left atrioventricular valve, or this one will be called the right atrioventricular valve, or the tricuspid. From the ventricles, it then moves out. So, because it's separated, the blood that's going on the right-hand side and exiting the heart, that's actually going to the lungs. And the blood that's exiting the heart on the left-hand side is actually going to the body. And that's important because it shows that there are actually 2 separate circulations. The lung circulation, which we call the pulmonary circulation. So you might see in your textbook, it's referred to as the pulmonary circulation, and that of the body is referred to as the systemic circulation. So they're the 2 blood. So the right-hand side deals with the pulmonary circulation, left-hand side deals with the systemic circulation. Now, here's the thing. I've drawn this in blue because the blood on this side has less oxygen than the blood on this side. We call it deoxygenated. It's not necessarily true. It still has a lot of oxygen in it, but not as much as we need, right? So this right-hand side, deoxygenated blood going to the lungs to collect oxygen, right? And drop off carbon dioxide. Once it's collected the oxygen, that blood needs to go back to the heart and it goes back to the left atrium. Then through the ventricles to the body to deliver the oxygen. Once it's delivered the oxygen and picks up the carbon dioxide, it needs to go back to the heart. And so it goes back to the heart from here so it can generate more force to go to the lungs to drop it all off. So here is that circulation, right? So deoxygenated blood from the body to the lungs, picks up the oxygen, goes from the lungs back to the heart, gets some more energy, pressure to go to the body to deliver it, and then goes back. So that's the circulation that we're referring to. Right, let's go and look at a little bit more detail here. So we still have the two atria at the top and the two ventricles down the bottom. It's still the patient's left on this side and the patient's right on this side. So, and here are our valves here. So that's obviously going to be a tricuspid valve on the right-hand side, and that's the mitral or bicuspid valve. So remember, let's first start with the right-hand side. Blood is going to enter the right atrium from the body, right? Now, as you can see here, it enters it through two entry points. So this is called the vena cava. So we've got the superior vena cava, superior vena cava. What do you think this one's called? The inferior vena cava. So this is blood going back to the heart. They're all veins. All blood that goes back to the heart are called veins. All blood that leaves the heart or going away are called arteries. Think away from the heart are arteries, the A, right? So inferior, superior. So this is blood draining from the head and neck. This is blood coming back from the rest of the body. Enters the right atrium. That right atrium, the muscle around it will contract, push the blood through the tricuspid valve into the right ventricle. In the right ventricle, it will contract and push the blood up, up, up into this vessel here that we know is going to go to the lungs, right? But here's an important point. I've only mentioned two sets of valves. We've got more valves because remember, valves prevent backflow. So this vessel is leaving the heart. So it has to be an artery because it's going away from the heart. Where's it going to go? It's going to the lungs, which is the pulmonary circulation. So this is the pulmonary artery. This is the pulmonary artery. And you can see there's two branches. Why would there be two branches? One going to the left lung on this side, one going to the right lung. So I'll just draw it up like this and then I'll show you those valves. So it's going that way and it's going that way to the lungs. Because it's going up the pulmonary artery, and yes, I'll label it, pulmonary artery, right? Because it's going there, when that right ventricle contracts and pushes blood up, when that right ventricle relaxes, the blood wants to fall back down. We don't want that happening. So we've got more valves here. These are called the semilunar valves. So this is called the semilunar valve. There's another semilunar valve, which I'll talk about in a sec. This is called the pulmonary semilunar valve. So let's do it like this. The pulmonary semilunar. What does semilunar mean? It means like a crescent moon, and that's what it looks like. When you have a look at it under the, well, not even under the microscope, but when you just have a look at it inside of a dissection, it looks like a crescent moon, these valves, right? So blood goes up, goes to the lungs. The lungs will oxygenate it, brilliant, and need to bring it back. So it's bringing back oxygenated blood, and it will do it through these veins. So it's coming back from the lungs through these 4 sets of veins. Now the question is, what are they going to be called? Well, they're going back to the heart, so they're called veins. From the lungs, they're going to be called pulmonary veins. So these are the pulmonary veins. Easy. And it goes to the left atrium, pushes it down through the mitral or bicuspid valve into the left ventricle. That left ventricle, you can see the muscle, the cardiac muscle of the left ventricular wall is 3 times thicker than that of the right. It generates way more force because it has to push that blood to the whole body, right? The left-hand side has to push the blood through to the whole body. This side just has to go to the lungs, which are either side. So it generates little force. This generates huge amounts of force, or what we call pressure. So it pushes it up into the aorta, that's this artery here. Now again, the aorta has a valve called a semilunar valve. It's called the aortic semilunar valve. Hopefully this doesn't get too messy. It's called the aortic semilunar valve. Right? The aortic semilunar valve stopping the blood falling back from the aorta into the ventricle when the heart muscle relaxes. Now the aorta is going to deliver it to the rest of the body through its tributaries, through its branches. So to the head and neck, it goes through these 3 particular branches and arms, head, neck and arms, or it's going to move down this one here, which goes to the rest of the body. That goes through the diaphragm, goes to the abdomen and goes everywhere else. So thoracic, abdomen, everywhere else. Brilliant. And that's delivering the oxygen to the body, to the tissues of the body, and then goes back here. So that's a relatively quick run through of the circulation of the heart, how the heart works as a pump. Hi everyone, Dr. Mike here. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe. We've got hundreds of others just like this. If you want to contact us, please do so on social media. We are on Instagram, Twitter and TikTok at Dr. Mike Todorovic, at DrMikeTodorovic. Speak to you soon.